Good morning. It's Friday, May 24, 2019, Memorial Day weekend, and I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on in my backyard garden. This is the acorn squash. It's not doing very well. These are all diseased. All my squashes are diseased. Spray and very little happens. I got a cross-pollination back here. I guess that's what it is. That's supposed to be an acorn squash. But I think it got crossed. The one in the net that I have hanging still seems to be viable. The stem leading into it is good, and so I don't see anything wrong with it. I hope it just develops normally. This is the delicata squash. I do have some fruit. You can see them. And I'm hoping they ripen before the whole vine goes. I got some nice green leaves up here. Some new leaves. But I have had to spray with the copper fungicide, which is organically rated for the powdery mildew. It attacks. These are butternut squash. I have one that's kind of seems to be coming along down here. I'm not sure you can see it. Where's my hand? There you go. See? It seems to be coming along, so keep your fingers crossed for me. That one's not doing so well, and of course you see the results of the mildew. It's a pretty green one. These leaves seem to be doing fine back here, but I don't know if that's been pollinated. When I see a female and a male flower open at the same time, I do hand pollinate. So we'll see. This is the Coccazella zucchini. I had it rooted in this one pot. And it was growing so much that I went ahead and buried the stem in this other pot. It seems to be doing much better here. So I hope that I get at least one nice zucchini out of it. Haven't done anything with these bunching onions. Just lazy about it, I guess. And I still haven't gotten rid of the pups on the banana, on the dwarf banana tree. I don't know what kind of banana tree it is. My brother gave it to me and didn't bother to note which kind it was. My little navel orange tree is doing fine. I guess it needs a little more growing time for it to start bearing fruit. So there's no blooms on it this year again. I don't know how old it is. I bought it from a nursery, but they might have started it from a seed. You just don't know. Again, this is a satsuma. Nothing much going on there. Getting some leaf curl spray to put out the what do you call it? The yellow sticky tabs. That do help. They do help. I don't know if you can see under there, but the summer flowers are doing fine. My crepe myrtle is starting to get some little buds on it. You can see it's going to bloom pretty soon. All these perennials are still going strong. They're just wonderful. Have to trim them back because they'll grow everywhere. I pulled up a whole Elysium bush and it looks like the tumbleweed when you pull it out. So I'm wondering if they're related, or if that's what a tumbleweed is. It's just Elysium. My little peach vine or mango vine is doing fine. This side where it gets more sun is growing much more slowly. The other one on the other side that's partially shaded is growing very well, very quickly, and bearing fruit. Let's see over here. My little herbs. I just leave them grow. I'm not worried about harvesting them. Maybe later, but not right now. This little fella is a turmeric. It's coming back from last year. It had died down. It wasn't doing anything, so I broke the tuber in pieces to maybe get it started rooting or something. I don't know, but now it's sending up shoots. And I put partially another part of it over here, and it's coming up also. See that little shoot? There you go. So that's interesting. I hope it blooms this year. It's such a beautiful bloom. My little sage is doing fine, and of course my rosemary back there is doing fine. The rosemary I do use a lot. This is my green bean haul from this morning. You can see I got a lot of them, and I got 6 cucumbers this morning. Been getting a lot of all of these things. I didn't plant so closely this year. Last year I was doing this square foot gardening and gung-ho with all of these plants, and this year I'm taking it a bit more easily, not putting in as many plants, and they seem to be doing better, and it's a better pace for me too. I don't have to hurry up, do something with all these things, you know. My tomatoes, I did thin out some of the leafy branches to give a better airflow through there. You can see I've got some nice tomatoes starting. I just can't wait for them to turn red. I want to see some red. And down there, more tomatoes. Lots of tomatoes over here. There's a cluster in there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's there. This one that gets more morning sun seems to have produced a lot more fruit. But my morning sun and my sun is limited anyway. This is an atomic grape tomato. Where is it? I can't find it. There we go. That I started inside. It's slowly coming up, but it's so hot now. The overnight temperatures are about 70, 75, and we're getting up into the 90s again already. This is another tomato. All these are Creole tomatoes, except for that little atomic grape tomato. This is my cucumber area. And they're doing fine, except I'm getting this wilt close to the ground. I don't know how normal that is, or what, if I should just keep spraying. I think I'm going to keep spraying. I cleaned out a lot of the dead leaves, trying to keep the area as clean as possible to prevent any diseases and bugs from invading. I got peppers. It's a nice pretty one right there. See if it'll redden up. These are supposed to turn red. These are some cantaloupe. They're starting to become a bit more established, so I'm hoping to get some cantaloupe this year. Watermelon has not been my friend in this garden, so, or I haven't been the watermelon's friend, whatever. Again, the purple TP beans, you can see how they grow. sort of stick up above the plant, but they hide underneath also. And of course my Blue Lake green beans. I'm making an effort to come out here more often and pick a lot more often. And it's doing better. My plants are doing better. They are much more productive, of course, because when you pick it, they grow more. I'm sorry, I'm trying to close this gate one-handed. But I've been getting a bowl like this every 2 or 3 days sometimes. I found out with the bottle brush you're supposed to trim off the areas that right after they bloom. The blooms, trim them off, and your plant will become much bushier. I didn't know that until it was too late, of course, but this is doing great, this little thing. I mean, it bloomed beautifully this spring. This is my other not cucumber. It looks like it's in the cucumber family, a cucurbit, but this is the peach or mango vine, and it's doing very well. It gets the morning light and it's kind of shaded from the harsh sunlight in the afternoon. You can see some of the fruits. Here's a nice one you can see its color is changing to more yellow. I'm not sure when I'm supposed to pick it, but I might let it go another couple of days. Look at that little one back there. It's kind of striped. Don't you see, they're hanging everywhere. I do spray this with the BT, just like I would a cucumber, and the fungicide, just in case. Just in case. All my citronella that guards, garbage truck. All of the citronella I planted around this little bush, the little vine. Hopefully it'll keep more bugs away. And I love the smell of it. It's just doing very well. It grows very easily by piece. So if you have a piece and you want more, just break a piece off and stick it in the ground. You'd be surprised how fast and easily it grows. My little $5 agapantha that I got on sale from Lowe's is starting to bloom. We're making flowers now, so that's pretty. That's nice. It's nice to see. And I have this amaryllis that's starting to send up a shoot, a bloom also. You can see there, if I can find a thing for you, there you can see the bloom starting. So I'm not sure what color that's going to be, but it looks like a nice bulb that I saved. Okay, the grapevine. As you know, I had a struggle with these Grape Leaf Skeletonizers that just wreak havoc on your vine. They will eat every leaf and leave just the skeleton of the leaf. Not sure if you can see that. I have better examples back here. This side is where they started. And my goodness, you see all that damage? I think I caught them in time. I had to spray several times with BT and the fungicide, and then a guy on YouTube said just use soapy water, Dawn dishwasher dish soap in some water, and boy, those things die on the spot. They will die on the spot. I've been picking some of the ripe grapes and giving them to my little bird friends. They enjoy that, and they enjoy the bird bath too. They're either in it splashing around or dipping the food in there, so I have to clean that thing every day. My David Aston roses are blooming beautifully right now. They are so sweet smelling. They really are. And while I spray the grapevine, the other vegetables with the BT and the fungicide, I've been spraying the roses too. And most of the black spot has cleared up, but you can see I still have some on there. So I'll keep spraying, and hopefully that stuff will clear away pretty soon. I just love this grapevine. I just think it's so cool. Grapes. These will all turn red later on in the summer, and then I can start making jam. Oh, with these leaf skeletonizers, the grape leaf skeletonizers, I had to clear off all the loose bark all the way down to the ground, so that's another help to keep your vine clear of any vermin and disease. So I'm learning as I go. My 2-cent begonias are still doing fine. This little yopon, after I chopped it to pieces, is sprouting. The same with my little crepe myrtle. You can see the buds starting. So that's the tour. That's what's going on here today. I hope you get some encouragement. Like I said, I'm just a Metairie backyard gardener, and it's kind of nice as long as you don't overdo, don't plant too much that you can't handle it or that you don't feel like handling it. You'll do fine. Just do what you can. Okay, bye now.